Hola, 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 mi gente. What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome, welcome to the block, aka the best echo chamber you ever seen in your life, bitch. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our echo chamber. Make yourself comfortable. We're gonna be here for a good time, not a long time tonight, because our lovely Lily has to catch a flight, the jet setter that she is. And why is Lily catching a flight? Lily, tell the people.
I'm going to go see my friend Jen in Vegas.
make make more motherfucking echo chamber motherfucking content for you
Yes.
motherfuckers to complain about them. Oh yeah, by the way, fuck y'all niggas. Anyway, go ahead. I just got to throw that in there.
Happy Saturday.
Is it that? Lily, is it
It's just
Saturday?
I'm on my New
Is
York
it?
shit today. Man. Come on, man.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. Why does my phone is just fucking?
Mine hates me too.
Yo,
That's what I'm
I
trying to get
swear
it.
I just do.
Okay.
Homie, I'm live right now. I'm live. You can pull up if you like. I'm live though. Okay, so my beautiful people, yes, good to see you here. Let's have a good time. We got about an hour or so. I want to talk about this hot off the presses. Drake and Joe Budden, okay, are going at each other, right? This is quite interesting because Drake is not usually the type of person to clap back, right? He'll throw a little subliminal here and there, but this man wrote a dissertation in response to something Joe Budden said. And I
No,
was
that
like,
was a
I had to double check, Lily. I was like, Haran, is this legit? Because, now they're making up stories and putting people's pictures next to it. I said, is this legit before we talk about it? Okay. Turns out it is. What the
Listen, that wasn't a dissertation. That was a legendary
I
read. Like,
said I am live. I am live right now on air.
I didn't see.
Okay. I am live. You can pull up if you
Jesus
like, but I'm
Christ.
live. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Thank you.
You just come in the gate just embarrassing yourself, bro.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
go ahead, please.
okay,
Go ahead.
so okay, so we're here. So Drake clapped back. It is official. This is his clap back. Joe Budden had a couple colorful things to say, and also Drake is also burning up Twitter, Black Twitter specifically, because white people don't give a fuck about Drake dissing Esmeralda Spalding. Esmeralda Spalding is very, very, very lovely jazz artist. We know her, right? We know her, right? In jazz circles and throughout whatever. I heard the track. I found it strange, but Black Twitter being Black Twitter. Okay, y'all could quote me on this. Again, I say the screaming, nagging wife of America, basically, is what Black Twitter is. Y'all could quote me on that, get a t-shirt. I don't give a fuck, record it, react to it. Black Twitter, along with a lot of other people who have no fucking lives, the nagging wife of America, right? So I knew when I heard Black Twitter saying, oh, Drake dissed Esmeralda Spalding, I knew it was either melodrama or bullshit or exaggeration. These motherfuckers are bored, so they have to embellish whatever the fuck they hear. So I was like, damn, that sounds strange. Like, we all know Drake. He's not the most confrontational rapper that we know, right? He's not the most gangster rapper we know. So I found it strange that he quote unquote dissed Esmeralda Spalding. So I said, let me take a listen to this fucking record. He didn't fucking diss Esmeralda Spalding. He was dissing the system of award shows. Okay. If you have a fucking brain, all right. He's basically, I like the track. I think it's old Drake, and this is going to segue into what Joe Budden said about him. I like the old Drake, right? Basically he was talking about the hook is kind of like I remember. He's kind of remembering who and what he was before he got famous, right? And he just mentioned that, although I'm nominated for 100 Grammys and blah, blah, Esmeralda Spalding was getting all the credit. And I'm paraphrasing, like Esmeralda Spalding was getting the press. And we've talked about that here before. It's like, I mean, come on. We watch award systems where they award Cardi B over Nipsey Hussle. Okay. So that's really all he was saying. He wasn't saying she was whack, she was ugly, he didn't even say her music was garbage. He was just saying in other words, I'm paraphrasing, how do I get all these accolades and then lose to someone that people don't really talk about, right? She's not mainstream pop. Let's just say that. We'll talk about her. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying, but she's not mainstream pop. But we've seen that happen with award shows all the time. I mean, Kanye West ran up and snatched, the infamous snatching of the microphone from Taylor Swift because he felt like, no, Beyonce is better, right? So we've all had those thoughts, right, about artists. We sit there and we're like, how the fuck did this person win Artist of the Year? We never fucking heard of them, right? That's happened. So that's what Drake is referring to in the song. But Black Twitter being Black Twitter, they twisted it all up and, oh, he's dissing Esmeralda. How dare he? This is forbidden. It is illegal. Like, they went there with it because they don't have nothing fucking else to say. So this segues into what Joe Budden said. And before I get into that, I will pass the mic. Or I'll keep talking. Don't play with me.
Oh no, I was going to say when it comes to especially the Grammys, they are known for that. They are known for giving awards to albums that we didn't even know were out. I can't tell you how many times when I was still watching the Grammys that the Grammys nominations will come out, and I'm like, oh, she has a new album. Oh, right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Or when they announce the awards, and I'm just like, what? So yeah, I totally understand that part. I also understand how people just take things and run with them. We see it all the time with titles. When you put out a headline or put out a title and someone will just read that and then go straight to the comment section and cuss you out over a title when the show really doesn't have anything to do with the title, or it went, So I saw that going on. But yeah, this beige rage thing that's going on. Oh, but the thing that got me, that read was legendary. I'm sorry.
Drake's read?
Drake's read was legendary. That looked like it had a few undertones of a queen helped him write some of the things, because it was just like, oh, all right.
It was real dark skin. It was real dark skin.
It was sassy. I was like, okay.
He had some bass in his voice, you could tell.
Yeah, he gave him a good dark skin, shot to the liver.
He didn't cry about that one. He didn't cry.
Not to the liver.
Overall, firstly, I'm not really a Drake fan. However, I've always respected his hustle. I've always respected his catalog, and I'm not gonna sit there and act like I never fucked with any of his music. There's some hitters that dude done brought out. I'm like, oh, yo, that shit is crazy. However, I'm just gonna speak a little bit on his comments in terms of what he said to Joe Budden, and every bit of that was true.
I have it here.
Joe Budden, go ahead.
Okay, I have it here. Okay, first, I love what you said, Lily, because we are in an era where people don't read and they don't watch videos in their entirety. They literally read the headline and then step 2 straight to the comments to argue. Forget what's in the middle. Headline, comments. Okay, that is the era we live in. All right, so just to get everybody up to speed, basically, Joe Budden critiqued the album. He has a podcast. We critique shit on podcasts, right? And sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. And sometimes people are like, I don't give a fuck what such and such said on that podcast. I'm making money. Damn near a billionaire. Who cares? But it rubbed Drake the wrong way. This is a new album. Not only that, but it helps Drake to respond, right? Because a lot of people don't know that he dropped a new album, right? For those people that don't know, now you mix Joe Budden's press and it's like everybody wins, in my opinion, right?
Right.
I'm a fan of Drake. And by a fan of Drake is, what I mean by that is I'll go to YouTube and pull up all his shit. Would I buy an album? No, but that's not saying much because I don't buy albums anymore. I just go straight to YouTube. And it's like, yeah, I love the old Drake. Okay. I love the young, fresh out of Degrassi Drake. Okay. So, I'm a fan of his. I like a lot of his shit. So Joe Budden basically critiqued the album, but went further. He didn't just critique the album; he critiqued Drake himself, basically calling him immature. He is not maturing in his age. I didn't even know Drake was only 36. That's young to me. But according to Joe, who is how old is Joe Budden? Anybody know? Chat, help me
He's
out.
early
Panel,
to mid
help me out.
40s. I think we're like
Early to
the
mid
same
40s.
age. Yeah, we're around the same age group.
How
So
old is he, y'all? He's in his 40s. Maybe a decade. He got maybe a decade on Drake, you'd say?
I would
oh
say
yeah.
like maybe 6 years. He's got on Drake. 6, 7 years.
6, 7 years. How old? Anybody know? Come on, chat. Y'all be on it, chat.
I'm looking it up
He's
right
43
now.
actually.
Yeah, I knew we were
43?
around the same age.
He's
Yeah.
43.
He's 43?
And Drake will be 37.
7. He's
Yes, Drake will
36.
be
He'll be
37.
37. So,
Yeah, so about 6 years. 6 years, yeah. So about 6 years.
okay. Thanks, chat. Thank you. I see you, Andre and Daryl. Thank you. So basically, Joe was critiquing not just the music, but basically calling Drake immature. You're 36. You're not growing into, you know what I mean, what the music should sound like by now. Why are you making music for the kids? Stop hanging out with them young dudes. Stop fucking them 25-year-old women. You know, and I don't know. I just find
Wait, Joe said, did I miss that part when Joe said that?
yeah,
I
you missed
think you
that
did
part.
because I believe at 36 he was doing the same thing.
I was
No, he
like,
literally and I found it strange because I thought the whole goal in life for men was be a old rich fuck and fuck 25-year-olds. Am I wrong? Isn't that the great American dream for
That's
all men?
that's what I thought.
let's
That's what I
continue with
thought.
this. Let's continue with the charade.
Okay. Okay. So Joe went on, you know, he was really digging in, stop hanging out with the kids and stop fucking the 25-year-olds. You need to hang out, you know what I mean, or grown ass men. Well, you know, I would think Drake would be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm relevant. And I'm super deluxe relevant. Who cares? However, Drake got offended and responded in a very lengthy. I believe this is on Instagram. Was this on Instagram?
Yeah, that looked like Instagram
It looks
from
like
the
Instagram,
screenshot.
right? Although I went to
Yeah.
his page and I didn't see it, but maybe he deleted it. What's up, Shannon Rawls? Haven't seen you in a stint. Shannon Rawls says men do realize that until they get older. Okay. All right. Okay. So Champagne Papi, aka Drake, aka Aubrey Graham, says to Joe Budden, "You failed at music." Damn. First line. You failed at music. Okay. You left it behind to do what you were doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check. And the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty Aniche jeans to screw up their face to mood music 29 and pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap, not because you accomplished all you need to, it's because it isn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generations to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate. And the fact I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself, if you need it, put it in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. Oh, wow.
Now,
Drake.
ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay close attention to the specific number of 450 dusty motherfuckers in the niche outfits in the club. there is weight to that. There is so much game attached to that statement. Make no mistake. Earlier I said I respect Drake's hustle. I respect his catalog because I knew where he was going. This was a light-skinned nigga that rapped for the chicks.
He rapped for us. He did.
And he rapped for this was a light-skinned dude. And before you climb on here with your grubby little nubs, start calling you pandering ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. Always remember that your hero, your goddamn God Tupac Shakur told Biggie, rap for the bitches if you want to make money out here in this business. Lady, let me explain something to all of you. From a motherfucker who has been in the entertainment industry since I was 12. Women and kids run the entertainment industry. If you make something for the kids, you're gonna make money. You make something for the women, you're gonna fucking make money. You make something for the dudes in the entertainment industry, most likely you're gonna go fucking broke. All those underground legends and rappers and backpacking real niggas that y'all know, I bet you 10 to 1, 95% of their fan base are men. Grubby, sweaty fucking men who huddle around in small spaces talking about real hip hop. Meanwhile, this light-skinned nigga's in a stadium with thousands of screaming women and kids getting this bread. Joe Budden had a little record, Pump It Up. It was it didn't pop. He couldn't even come up with a follow-up. After that, now this is facts. I'm not hating on anybody. After that, he went on and went the mixtape route. And with the mixtape route, he got an underground following. That's where the 450 Anisha motherfuckers comes from. He got that. He couldn't pay his bills really with that because nobody really fucking cared. Ask Papoose. That's why he hatched his fucking ass to Remy Ma. Oh no, I'm talking real shit tonight. And you know what I mean? And he went on to do that. Shit still wasn't really popping. He went with Slaughterhouse. That wasn't really popping. And I'm a Slaughterhouse fan. So guess what? A new lick had to happen. This podcast shit. He really licked with this podcast shit. I will give him that. Give him that. Best decision he ever made. He has the temperament for it. He has the speed for it and everything.
Nice pivot.
We are not going to sit here and take anything away from Drake. I'm not a fan of this man, but I respect hard work and I respect a goddamn solid brand. That motherfucker made records for the women and made a boatload of money off of it. And if you want to make any kind of money in this industry, you have to some degree prioritize women. And I will say this too, also in the YouTube space. All these red pill motherfuckers, the biggest red pill motherfuckers that you guys like, 9 times out of 10, they got some kind of female following. Chicks like Andrew Tate on the low. They a lot of them actually think he's handsome. To some degree, chicks loved and hate Kevin Samuels. But guess what? If they really focused on you, on only men, like Kevin Samuels did, who almost went broke and realized he had to pivot and change his shit if he really wanted to make me.
And he was on his way to pivot before he died with his dick out. He was
and that's it. And what did he pivot on? Being more of a relationship coach, going a little bit softer on the women, because he wanted to ease himself into that situation. So again, with Drake, I have no issue with dude. He's right. And one more thing. Before I'll get into this later. There was a subject that Joe talked about, asking him why he's not making any more mature music, and that's bullshit for him to ask for that because it's a huge cap. That's a huge cap, and I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. I'm passing the mic right now.
So there's a quote that I love. It says, "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together," right? Go with other people. So as far as what you were saying with the red pill, I feel like this. If you want to go fast, bash women. If you want to go far, praise women, right? But a lot of these dickheads and these clowns in these spaces don't know about that. They just on here to vomit the hate they have for women because of their own rejection and their shortcomings, right? It doesn't really come from anything scientific or biological, or, and they'll put out these little statistics. Yeah, all the men that you want, they don't exist. That man that you want. And meanwhile, I'm like, I have a fucking slew of them in my contacts. So I don't know what world they fucking come from. But let a red pill manosphere motherfucker tell you, the men that you want, they don't exist. Big dicks, a myth. Over 6 feet, myth. Money, myth. Men that'll take you to dinner and fly you out, myth. Men that look good, myth. They don't exist, right? And yet I have a fucking contact list full of them. I don't know what fucking. Oh yeah, what kind of men do you want? Let's pull up these statistics. It turned out in 1945, the statistics said 1.5 men exist of the ones that you like. I don't know what world that is. I don't know what world that is. I could literally throw a party right now with the guys in my contact list, and it look like something in my living room. That's all I'm saying, right? But, they get in these spaces and they want to bash women. And then we have what we have. But it is dying down. If you notice, a lot of these motherfuckers are pivoting, because it's like, how many times can we say bitches ain't shit, right? And still make money. So, for Joe to say, I'm still confused at the stop fucking 25-year-olds, I don't know. And here's the thing. I don't even like Pump It Up. The song I love of Joe, y'all probably gonna be like, what the fuck? This is my jam right here.
Yesterday's paper. Check this.
That's my shit. That's my shit. She don't put it down like you. She don't put it down like you. That with Fabulous and Tank.
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, that's my jam. That is my favorite Joe Budden jam. I love his voice in it. He has a weird voice. But I'm also a fan of Drake. Shannon asked in the thing, is Joe Budden a failed rapper? Devil's advocate. Okay. Is he a failed rapper? Well, he decided to wake up one morning and be a rapper. He made albums, whether you like them or not. He was with Slaughterhouse. He did music videos. He was at award shows. He dated the famous. That's success to me. Now, whether or not he had longevity is a different conversation. But even with longevity, okay, I'm still like, he's still relevant. He has the #1 podcast show. And I know how we are. As people of color, we like to discredit. We love a good discredit. We love it. Oh, you ain't relevant no more. So I take what Drake said with a grain of salt, even though I like Drake, but you can't discredit Joe Budden. We know who the fuck he is. But, the new diss with people is like, who? Yeah. You know who the fuck Joe Budden is.
That was the issue I had with the read, was that he came in and was like, you failed at rap, so you had to do podcasts. And I'm like, I kind of see it a different way.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. When you're able to quit on your own merit instead of being like pushed out and kicked out, to me that's boss as fuck. For you to be, because it like, was he like some top like mainstream rapper after Pump It Up? No, but he developed a cult following. Joe definitely developed a cult following in hip hop, and like Haran said, it was more of an underground cult following, but he was steady, right? He was steady. He was doing this thing.
But a record Slaughterhouse was the shit.
Exactly.
They absolutely were.
And they were the shit. So people live. And so it wasn't like people wasn't living for him. So while people were still living for Slaughterhouse and all of his other stuff, he decided, hey, I want to do something different. So to me, the pivot is dope. It was something else I wanted to say about his pivot. I don't know. No Saints, you had something to say. I'll come back.
I just want to say
listen. What did you guys say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, No Saint.
Oh, no. This is what I want to say. So I took the Drake rant in a couple of different ways. One, I thought he sounded, well, listen, if it didn't hurt and Joe Budden is such a nobody, then he wouldn't have addressed it. So obviously it hurt. another thing is, yes, some of the stuff he said was true, but like I'm thinking to myself, okay, so he's one of the top, right? Drake's one of the top, and he's got the jet and everything like this. It reminds me of like Patrick Mahomes, the court QB for Kansas City, and Orlowski, who played for the Detroit Lions. Not in the same area code as playing skills, but both really good because they both made the NFL. Now, Orlowski's on ESPN. He was a failed quarterback, played for Detroit. He kind of didn't last that long. He was best known for running out of the end zone and costing his, as he was dropping back, he kind of just ran out of the back of the end zone. Kind of a funny play. But he's really good at diagramming plays and commentating on what quarterbacks are doing. So to me, where he failed is just because Joe Budden is not as successful as Drake doesn't mean he can't sit there and comment on what may be going on. It's two separate muscles in a sense. It's two separate parts of the brain. So just because you fail, because that, let's face it. Like I'll bring up, I know some of you guys don't know, but Sean Payton, he's a great coach. He barely made it. He didn't really even make it as a pro quarterback. So, but he knows how to diagram plays for quarterbacks that are great. So you don't have to be great at something to be able to pivot into another job and be very good at it, right? So that's where I thought he failed at. He kind of like used his success. Listen, as you said, Jen, they were both successful in something that's really hard to be successful in. And Joe Budden pivoted and is doing really well in something else. You can't down him for that. And yeah, his job is to critique or to make interesting content, and sometimes he's gonna hurt. So I thought that Drake sounded a little hurt, and even though some of the things he said were true, I thought he sounded a little bit hurt. Yeah.
He was definitely touched by it. And honestly, Drake would be stupid dropping a new album and not responding to the man with the biggest podcast right now. He'd be plumb dumb. So whether he was hurt or not, I'm responding to some Joe Budden, honey. Now these fucking clowns on YouTube, you barely have seen me respond to them because they're not nobody and I'm better, right? So I always say respond to someone who's above you, not under you. It's a waste of fucking time, and then you pull them bitches up. That's why they always using my picture on their fucking thumbnails, because their women look like shit. They can't post their women on the thumbnails because no one's gonna click on them busted bitches. But you put me on a thumbnail, like, people are going to click, right? So I get it. It's a hustle. It's marketing. So it's very smart for Drake to respond. Like, he's an artist. Maybe he's sensitive about his shit. But here's the thing. Drake started as an actor. Then he pivoted to rapping, right? Now, some may say, well, he's always been rapping. We knew him as Wheelchair Jimmy in Degrassi High, okay? My daughter used to watch it. She used to pull me in there with her. Mom, look at Degrassi. And I used to watch it with her sometimes. So now that he's a rapper, he's known for a rapper, is he a failed actor? If Joe Budden is if Joe Budden is a failed rapper because he pivoted to reality shows, okay, which is acting. Reality shows is acting, okay? So if he went from rapping to acting, so then with Drake's point, then Drake is a failed actor.
But then again,
you get what I'm saying?
But then again, Drake is not out here trying to, badmouth a Denzel Washington movie or a, Bokeem Woodbine appearance. He's not sitting there doing that.
But Drake doesn't have a podcast.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying here is that Drake is one song away from surpassing Michael Jackson in terms of number ones. He's basically sitting from a space of a person who's qualified in that space to move the way that he's moving. That's what he's indirectly saying to Joe. Like, yeah, I can talk this shit because I wanted this shit. Congratulations.
Wait, so wait a minute. So you're not agreeing with me?
What?
You're not gonna agree with me.
You're in the echo chamber, Haran.
No. These stars, the asteroid just hit the moon. That's why we're not agreeing right now. Is
that why you're not pandering tonight? Because I feel the ways if you don't pander.
I felt sick this morning. Look, I knew something was off. I wasn't in my pandering mood.
You're not on cold.
I wasn't in my, pandering mood. And hey, Mr. Garcia, you good? You all right?
You're not on
this
code.
This is an echo chamber. Stay on code.
Anyway, you know what I mean? Drake is moving from a space of a motherfucker who's saying, fuck that. I said what I said. I'm moving from a certain situation. You not qualified, nigga. I think we need more of that nowadays. You not qualified, nigga. You're not qualified. And
No.
this is the reason why. No, this is the reason why we got motherfuckers running up on comments on videos and doing shit like that because they think they qualified. No, nigga, you're not qualified. No, you're not qualified.
No,
I don't think so. I disagree. Yeah, I disagree because he was in the music game, and yeah, he's not as good. But that's exactly what I'm talking.
He didn't get that big. He didn't get that.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about when I with the.
A lot of motherfuckers were.
I know what you're saying.
Right now, listen. Right now, there's like somebody's 40 or 50-year-old husband with a mixtape living off of their fucking wife's fucking pension right now, and he's in the music game. Is he qualified to sit here and speak on Drake?
But that's a stretch from Joe. That's a stretch from Joe.
Let's say if he was an underground talent like Joe Budden was, you know what I mean, in his prime. Let's just say that.
But Joe wasn't. Joe is mainstream, and he's in the business.
Joe is mainstream because of podcasting. Joe is not mainstream.
Not only because of podcasting. You forget he did a stint on reality shows. Like
you giving me my argument right now, Jenny. We know of this dude because of everything that has nothing to do with his music. He was fucking bad chicks. He was on reality TV. He did podcasts. Where at what time he said, be like, damn, that Joe Budden shit. Remember that shit? Yo, man, that shit. Remember that?
I told you, I listened to that song to this day. Joe Budden, if you're listening, I still listen to She Don't Put It Down Like You.
What he was talking about. We had to be reminded. I was like, I'm a music.
And he may be listening.
I don't remember that.
I listen again. This is why I disagree. First of all, the one thing we talked about, he's not as big as Drake. But again, let's talk about one of the most successful guys on ESPN, Stephen A. Smith. He's not an NBA player, but man, is he good at commenting on the NBA players and getting under people's skin, right? And he's good at what he does. Now, I don't guarantee you, I don't put anything past, but I assume that LeBron James sitting in that chair is probably not going to be as good as Stephen A. Smith at what he does. So to me, it's two different jobs. To criticize, it's a different job. What he's doing now is different. It is as bad as he might have been at his music. It's just not the same. He's doing something now, and part of his job is to comment on what's going on and what he thinks about things.
I mean, it's like vocal. That's like vocal.
I just want to say something real quick. On my Vegatron, yes, Cardi B is qualified to say something. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm qualified. We're both two overweight motherfuckers, but only one of us was actually slim and sexy at one moment in time. I have proof of that. Therefore, I'm qualified to tell your fat, grubby-fingered motherfucking ass how to get motherfucking grown and sexy at any given moment because I'm qualified to do that. You see how that works?
Oh, wow.
Your titties are still sweating over your other titties.
Oh, wow. Pow.
You know what I mean? That's for them comments that you left on the fucking YouTube channel, bitch ass. Fuck you. Anyway, let's just continue the conversation.
Okay. Well, the point I was going to make was, there are vocal coaches out here that wouldn't be able to make it as singers because they may not have the stage presence or whatever. So I like that you use that analogy, Saint, because that's how I'm looking at it too. It's two different jobs, two different skills. So you can have a person who's a rapper, it's one set of skills, and then I don't want to say journalist, but media personality. Media personality, yeah. Another skill. And we can't argue. I mean, we definitely can't argue that Joe is a media personality. He's the #1 Black podcaster in the world, right? So yes, I feel like he is definitely qualified to, and he's been in the industry for a long time as well. He's done business and done stuff with some of the greats. So yeah, I think he's definitely qualified to give that particular opinion.
Thank you, Daryl. Daryl says She Don't Put It Down Like You. That's his best one. I still listen. Still listen to that. That's why I said She Don't Put It Down Like.
Also, Joe didn't trailblaze anything. Tax Stone was the one who was motherfucking popping like that with this podcast shit. His dumb ass basically threw his life away, and that's a fact.
But I just don't like when on my Vegatron, you can exit whenever you like, darling, because I noticed this podcast, right? It curls your dick up into a tiny little ball. So release yourself, free yourself. Don't come back here. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. There's a lot of podcasts that I see, and you know what I do on my Vegatron? I hit do not recommend, and then I block them so they don't fucking come here. That's why I don't have the riffraff in my chat.
He went from a D cup to a C cup.
And I'm not gonna make this about him because he's fucking hot garbage, and we got shit to talk about. We're only gonna be up here for an hour. But here's the thing: if you're watching, if you're lurking, and you don't like my show, don't come back. Y'all are weird. Don't come back here. Yeah, it's weird, bro. It's like y'all are fucking weird. Like you know, free yourself. Didn't your grandma ever tell you don't be somewhere where you're not welcome? You're not welcome. Fucking like leave. It's weird. Weird. Like this. We live in a fucking era where it's like I hate you, but I gotta watch. Like y'all are fucking weird, man. To everybody else, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe for Mama while you're here. But if you don't like it, just fucking go, because you're gonna end up blocked. And then you got to watch on a lurk. Okay. Like, so watch your little crooked fingers, your little dry, dusty fingers. Like, be careful. Okay. I want everybody to have fun. Okay. Wait, let me block this bitch real quick because he way too emotional for me. Get him the fuck out of here in my Star Report voice. Get him the fuck out of here. All right, you're gone now. Now you got to lurk and you can't speak. See what happens? I took your privilege away. So back to this. What I worry about is that, you know, sometimes we're too, do me a favor, get this bitch out of, he's either in your chat, No Saint, or Lily, he's via your page. Get this fucking On My Vegatron the fuck up out of here. Put him out his misery. Euthanize this bitch. Put him out his fucking misery. Because he comes here month after month after month. Get him the fuck out of here. All right.
Let me ride over to my channel.
And I'm not one of them shows. A lot of podcasters are like, leave the trolls in the chat because they help the algorithm. Fuck you and the algorithm. Like, fuck you and the algorithm. I don't need you trolling in my chat for views. Get him the fuck out of here. Okay. Block him on your pages so we don't got to see this fuck anymore. All right. We got to put them out. We got to put people out their misery because they won't go. These are the same people that hold on to toxic family members, toxic relationships. They don't know how to exit. They never know when to exit. So what they do is come to people's chat and project that. Get them the fuck out of here. Get them out of here. Now you got to lurk, bitch. See? Now you got to lurk. You can't participate. See what happens on the block?
I knew she wasn't coming to my channel because
Get him the fuck out of here. No Saint. You want him over there? Keep him in your DM. Get him the fuck out of here.
I think she's a trans woman.
Got it. Well, we seen it when it cammed up. I digress though. So going back, thank you everyone for being here. Sorry about that fucking dusty commercial break. Hit that like and subscribe for Mama. So what I want to go back to is that sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of times we're really hard on certain artists, right? And sometimes artists are uber talented, but because they don't have a hit album, we discredit them, right? And that's fucked up because entertainment is a gift to the planet, all right? Then it was monetized. Then somebody, you know what I mean, in the office started tallying up. How good are you according to how many albums you sell? Well, let's look at it. Britney, platinum. Chrisette Michele, not so much. Who's the more talented singer? Who would you rather see in concert, right? So no, Joe didn't go platinum over and over and over again. But we can't discredit this man. Reality shows. He's worked with some of the greats that sing R&B singers, other rappers, Slaughterhouse. Like, I think he does have a right to critique Drake. He's in the same business. That's all I'm saying.
I just want to put out there that crooked.
The spoon, the big spoon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a big spoon. Oh my goodness, good.
We had another thing too. Let's retire the some not all sign. Yeah, let's just generalize shit. Because what the fuck are you gonna do if we do? Like, what?
But you know, I use that sarcastically, though.
Yeah, like it's just like just generalized shit. It's like, because what are you gonna do? You gonna call the cops? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I just want to put one thing out there.
Okay.
And maybe this is a little bit of angle on my end. Maybe Crooked tried to put together one more Slaughterhouse fucking album, and guess who was the one that held that shit up?
Oh, that's what this is
There
about.
you go, Haran. There
That's
you
what this
go
is about.
again.
Guess who was the one who held that shit up?
There you go
They
again.
was full speed. It was full speed ahead. And Crooked is one of my motherfucking dudes.
We took the long way,
and he
but we
sat
made
there
it here.
and he was pushing. Had that album come out, and Joe sat there with his beige light skin shit, talking about, well, you know, I don't know if it. Well, I need to see the paperwork to know what's going on and who's happening. And I was
See,
pissed.
but all right.
I was
See,
pissed about
okay.
that.
So you're again. This is our Marvel conversation, and Anthony
Well,
Mackie.
I'm not
Okay.
the one, Dre. I'm not the one to ever tell you that there's never any kind of bit of bias attached to something. I'm
All right, that's fine, and that's fine. But I'm saying if you're speaking from the point of view of a, okay,
it
you're
might
from
have something to do with it. Might have something to do with it. I'm saying,
okay, so you're speaking from that angle. I get it. I'm speaking from, okay, this man has the leverage or the
Mhm.
opportunity to not have to do that slaughterhouse thing, right? Now the other guys, they may be like, yo, we need this fucking next because I can't pivot to podcasting. I can't
Right.
pivot to reality shows, right? Like In Sync, right? Justin Timberlake. Does he have to do that tour?
Nah, absolutely not. I'm
Do you
wondering
know what
why
I
he's
mean?
doing it. I'm actually wondering why he's doing it.
He's probably bored. He's probably trying to get
You
away
have
from the
to be bold.
wife.
I was just about to say he's trying to get away from the wife and the kid. So he's like, I guess I'll
That could be
come.
something. That could be
Yeah, just give me my own tour bus and I'll be there.
Listen, I was talking to one of my attorney confidants today, and he was telling me he was doing some extracurricular activities to get money, whatever, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, wait, but you're married. I said, never mind me even mentioning you being married, because I know all the married motherfuckers I know right now are fucking miserable or trying to find something outside of their home to do. I mean, all of them. It is fucking crazy how many married people. I'm not talking about newlyweds, because newlyweds, y'all are still delusional. Y'all still getting the good sex. I'm talking about people that are married. Like everybody's like, yeah, you know how this shit is, man. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, all right, good luck. I have another friend that is like, yep, I got 3 more years. Literally counting the years. 3 more years, my kid will be this age, and then I'm out. I was like, oh my
No,
God.
I just had that conversation with someone yesterday.
Every time a kid turns 18, the wallet gets a little heavier. I'll let you know.
Damn.
Shit.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yes. So,
I'm fitting to be heavy in 7 years.
So, I like Drake. I think I don't agree with his entire clapback, though it was a great clapback, but
it was a read.
Ladies, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Remember when we were having a discussion about Nas and Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you admitted that Nas was maybe the better rapper. You know what I mean, to some degree.
He's a rapper.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
No, because I'm a Jay fan.
To some degree, at the end of it, the overall degree was that the both of you were on Jay's side because he makes better music, correct?
Yeah, I like Jay's music better. Yes,
I
like Jay's music
and
better.
I said that Nas is inconsistent. He'll give you something classic, because he'll give you a classic album, and then the next album or two are going to be mid or trash, and then you.
And
I think they're two different styles.
And they're two different styles.
Like,
now, to me, staying on this, Joe, in my opinion, and I would say even with Nas, Joe and Nas are more of a rapper's rapper.
Okay. Boom, right there. A rapper's rapper. That's how you get 450 fucking backpacker motherfucking Anisha niggas in a sweaty fucking room. You know what I mean? Because he, in a sense, is doing that rapper's rapper shit. That underground shit that Joe is doing. Yes, Most people who are rappers exist in that underground setting. Now, Jay has made many a record that women enjoy.
Hell
A lot
fucking
of chicks
yeah.
fuck with Jay. A
Yeah.
lot of chicks fuck with Jay.
Jay is a pop star. He's a
I'm
pop
still
star.
so with that
Now you
logic,
see
I'm
what
still
I'm saying here. Now you
yeah,
see
but
what
but
I'm
What are you
but
saying
but
what are
here.
you
but this is two
saying?
different
I'm
things
saying
because now
Drake is a
you're
fucking
further
pop
proving our
star.
point.
Drake makes records for women. Drake makes
Yeah,
records
but we're
for
not
actual
But
disagreeing
women.
with that.
we're
What are you
not.
talking about? We're not
It's two
disagreeing with that.
different.
But what I'm
It,
saying here is this. What I'm saying is here is this. You know what I mean? For Drake to say what he says, I still stand by what he says, man. Because
but
at
it's
the
two
end of the
different
day,
perspectives.
at the end of the day, Joe ain't qualified for that. Now if it was on some podcast shit, some shit out of
No, Joe
No,
is
no,
not him.
no, no. We're not gonna do
no.
that. Okay, because
Yeah, we
look,
can't.
look at this. So this is how I'm looking at it, right? You can talk about it from you can talk it from different perspectives, right? Somebody can come from a business angle, somebody
Mhm.
can come from a music angle, somebody can
Okay.
come from a concept angle.
Okay.
So you're coming from more of a concept angle, right?
Okay.
Meaning the concept is geared more towards the women, but Joe is basing it on the content, like of the context of the lyrics and the all of that stuff. So that was I don't feel like
But here's where
either.
I blow that up though. Here's where I blow that up though. Because here's where Joe's argument is bullshit. Okay, he's making records for the kids. He's making records for the kids or a different age group. Okay, so you want him to pivot and go into like what adult contemporary hip hop? Is that what it is? So what do the numbers look like on that end? Are
I'm not
adults
saying I
streaming
disagree.
gonna stream his shit like that? Is the market the same? Because at the end of the day, it's business. This is
I know,
business
but
at the end of the day.
I'm not saying I disagree with you on that. What I'm disagreeing with you on is the fact that Joe is qualified to give his opinion on this,
Because
even
I
if I
think
because
I
disagree
think
with his
he's
opinion.
Joe
right.
wants him to
Yes.
rap for the rappers, and he wants him to do more mature music. And I'm like, whoa. I
No, I
mean,
don't
at
think
the
he
end of
should
the
do more
day, what
mature
does that
music.
look
I don't
like?
think so either. Because I like the song that I I don't think
Right.
so.
He thinks
And I haven't
he
heard the
thinks he's.
song, but it doesn't make sense to do more mature music,
But you see, but
business
that's the
wise.
point that I'm making here, and he's making that comment because he's not fucking qualified to understand what the fuck motherfucking
But
Drake is
see,
up against in that pop realm. A person who actually moves units. You talking from some underground
But
nigga realm.
But Joe is part of rap pop culture.
right,
This
right.
is not we're not talking
We just
papoose
disagree with,
here.
right, we just disagree with his opinion on this particular thing, but that doesn't make him I can't throw the baby out the bathwater on this one because
Okay.
I feel like he's very qualified, but there's a lot of people I feel like are qualified. Like I said yesterday, there's nobody I agree with 100% of the time, no matter how qualified they are. So I just disagree with him on this, and I disagree with him on other things too, but just to throw him out to say he's not qualified, I can't agree with that part.
Yeah, and another thing is like, and I want to bring it back a little bit because we were talking about Grammys and things like that, and what people like the whole Kanye going up. First of all, the Grammys have always been like any of these things. They're opinions. They're opinions. Somebody, opinions mixed with maybe a little bit of a commercialism. A little bit of pushing somebody. I mean, but it really means nothing at the end of the day, right? So this jazz, the person you were talking about, this jazz artist. Some people might think just because it doesn't sell as much doesn't mean it may not be a better type of music for some people, right? And just for Drake. So Drake is choosing music that he can make a lot of good money, make good songs and good money. And Joe Budden is saying he wishes he would do something a little bit more his style, right? A little bit more maybe mature, that might not sell as much. So Drake's choosing the route that's gonna sell. And that's fine.
Damn
but
right.
but that doesn't mean it's better. Like even if he sells more than Michael Jackson, arguably is he? I mean, you can argue whether he's better than Michael Jackson or not in the long run, right?
That's what I
I'm
don't.
just saying, yeah, that's
All
what
right,
I'm
but
saying.
that's what I don't like. Really quickly, Cash App on the block with Jen, Cash App, and I get all the chips. Okay, YouTube doesn't tax that, or you can super chat me. I'd like to see a super chat before we get the hell up out of here because we're not going to be here long. But a super chat may change my mind, and I may stay longer. That's great point. No Saint. Haran, this is what I mean, that, you know, you're like, Drake is one album away from matching.
No, one song. No, one hit.
Okay, one song away from matching whoever. But we can't always go by numbers, because Vanilla Ice and Britney Spears. I always bring it back to that, because if that's the scale we're using, then Vanilla Ice is a phenomenal rapper, and he trumps a lot of rappers that are in the game right now, because he went multi-platinum.
I can use another metric. I'll use longevity.
Okay.
I mean, for what Drake has done, he has close to 2 decades been doing what he's doing at a top tier level. That is something that is phenomenal. That is something
absolutely
that needs to be.
I mean, every time he drops something, it's a hit. Even if people are not feeling it.
All three of us understand that how hard it is in this entertainment industry to be relevant within the next 2 hours, much less damn near 20 years.
So that's why you always hear me give credit to certain people who I feel have zero fucking talent, but for some reason, them motherfuckers stay in our face and on our tongue. So I'm like, well, hold up. I can't say that they have zero talent, because their talent is staying in our fucking face. Because yes, we all know how hard that is. I use Lala as that example. Her talent is being the professional best friend, right? And for some reason, and she has gone and she's pivoted over the decades.
She stays in the mix.
Stays in the mix. So back to the point that you're making, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's different things that we can judge Drake on, or judge this on. You could judge it on the marketability, or you could judge it on like hip hop. Like, is this real hip hop versus like, damn, all right, I see what you're doing there, Drake. Smart, right? So it just depends on what angle you're coming from.
I mean,
so hit that Cash App for me, or the super chat. Gracias. Kari says rap like you over 35 is what he's saying. What does that sound like?
And so look, listen again. I heard the statement that he made, and even Ish said, but it was basically saying, and I'm paraphrasing. He was basically saying that shit is cap, because what do the numbers look like of you older motherfuckers actually showing up to hear him rapping like a motherfucker that's over 35? And if that's what you want, there's plenty of people over 35, and plenty of rappers, underground rappers, who don't sell, over 35 out there making the music that you probably want to hear. Are you supporting them? All this music that you people want the Drakes of the world to make.
Okay, but look, I gotta disagree. Kari's saying Jay-Z for Nas. He is not their age. Drake is not their age.
Nah.
And Drake has a different demographic.
Wasn't Jay like 50 years old when he
Yes.
Like,
yes.
It was pretty much expected at that point in time. Come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Drake, to me, he's like he's fucking LL Cool J. He's the ladies' love. Drake is the ladies' love. And every now and then don't get it twisted though, like Mob Ties and Energy. Like sometimes he drops some hard shit
like
too.
LL, just like LL, because LL would knock you out. Mama would knock. No, I'm gonna say not. A lot of LL hard. Like, don't get it twisted. LL give you lyrics.
It reminds me. I mean, listen.
It's like Nas in his 50s is making a certain kind of music, which is to be expected. He's not talking that, heavy Escobar gang shit like that. He's a lot more introspective, you know what I mean? He's trying to do some more fresh stuff and so on and so forth. But again, that's a 50-year-old person doing what needs to be done. There's people, he's 35, let him rock, let him cook.
Go ahead, No Saint.
Well, I don't just listen. I again, and I think Lily said it and Jen said it. I don't think we disagree with what he's doing, because he obviously he's in tune with what's making money. I think that what Joe Budden sounds like, but I totally support what Joe Budden's doing, because that is his job to be opinionated. But he sounds like, I brought this up before, he sounds like the people who have discovered, it's a little bit different, but have discovered, Green Day. And then when Green Day went and started playing music that was sold to the masses, why don't you do it like you used to do? Because nobody's going to do it like they used to do. They're going to do it what makes money. And so, no, I don't think any of us have a problem with what Drake is. I mean, why? Like, he would care, but I don't think we have any problem with what he's doing to make money. Again, it's just, It's just coming after someone who his main job now is to comment on things. And that's what he's going to. So this is going to go back and forth, I imagine. I imagine this is going to be something that we can talk about.
Well, Joe Budden's final response was, you have to grow up eventually. Father Time is undefeated, which to me was like, wah, because what does that even mean? Like at 70, he's still going to be successful. At 80, he's still going to be, you know what I mean? It's like, what is that? It's not like you're talking to an athlete, right? You're going to hit the wall. You're not going to be able to make them plays. You're not going to be able to jump like that. And that's different. But for an entertainer, like you got fucking.
Yeah, it's kind of like telling Pee Wee Herman to grow up and put on. What do you mean?
Right,
This is how I make my money.
You got Tony Orlando out there. You got, Lionel Richie out there. What Father Time? Like what father?
That motherfucker's hanging on to that perm, boy. Anyway, here's my issue. He is.
Lionel Richie.
Yeah, he hanging.
Don't get all the way disrespect. I love me some Lionel. I just can't afford the tickets, honey.
I mean,
Lionel won $1,000 for the 10th row.
Goddamn right. He's singing "Endless Love" on that shit. Endless Love is birthday shit. You gonna pay that? That's $900 already on top.
And he talks. Listen, I'm sorry. I want my money's worth. He talks too much through his songs, and he don't do the whole 3-4 minute song. Like he'll do 2 minutes, and then he'll get to talking and making jokes. I'm not here for comedy, Lionel. I want to hear truly. I want to hear. You know what I mean? Sing, baby, sing.
Hello.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with putting all those expectations on rappers. Don't put all those expectations when you ain't putting it on the regular, members of the hip hop community. Motherfuckers still dress like kids at 45. Niggas dress like they fucking like they nephews. Motherfuckers do not behave like grown people. A lot of us are suffering from arrested development. So what does this mature hip hop sound like if so many of us are still behaving like children in our 40s and 50s? What does that even sound like?
And great point. And the audience, are you rapping to executives in suits, or are you rapping to guys who think Under Armour and Champion is, nightwear for a night out and a date? So they want him to rap more mature for what audience, for what demographic, for whom?
Wait. You had a motherfucker show up to one of your dates in Under Armour?
I didn't say nothing about me. I'm talking about the demographic. That's who's listening to rap.
I'm just asking.
No. But that's who's listening to rap. That's who's complaining about the rap music. Like more mature in what way? You know what I mean? I mean, Jay even just started being this distinguished dreadlock Basquiat. I listen to Beethoven. I buy Picassos. He started that recently himself. So it's like, I don't get it. When he says mature for who, I'm like, who's listening to the music?
I was just about to say, and I kind of feel like Absolute 72 here. I've been calling Drake's music easy listening rap for years.
Right.
So like he's the only like rapper that you can play in the office, down real low, and
elevator music.
Right. You're just like, huh? Oh, Stacey, I'll get that to you. Yeah. Oh, this is the new Drake album. Yeah. Right. So I think he's the only one that you can get away. Like it's already mature to me. Like what do they want him to do? A 444 album at 36? Like, because I don't see where else he can go right now to mature it. And why the fuck would he?
For what?
For what? There's no incentive to.
I mean, was he supposed to rap about his baby mama increasing his child support payments? Like, is he what?
But listen, you remember, speaking of
asking him for $44,800 every time he comes by for Thanksgiving. Like, what is the material?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you remember, speaking of 444, but with Jay-Z, he tried it early and had to abort mission, right? Because he thought he jumped out the window, and Eminem did it too, did a more mature album. They both flopped. People was like, what is this? And they were both in their 30s, maybe early 40s when they did it. And then they went back to the other shit, and the next album did well for both of these people that I'm talking about.
I think I know what album you're talking about with Jay, which is one of his most underrated albums and one of my favorites, American Gangster.
It was American Gangster, yes.
Absolute
And
classic.
So let me ask you,
but
because this
that's
is a go ahead, no say it.
no, I was just gonna add, but that's perfect. That's perfect in what Drake is doing, because the people that are going to consume the music want to hear that quote unquote kid stuff, right? So when Jay-Z did the what is it, American Gangster, you said? So Haran, you loved it. You're a musician and stuff. You probably figured out, you heard the intricate, is that the right word? Intricate melody. Yeah, intricacies. Yeah, there you go. But kids don't necessarily, or younger people don't necessarily look for that. So I mean, it's kind of proving the point of what Drake's doing, So that's what I'm saying. Like the ones that win Grammys, that the kids that younger people are saying, well, how did that win a Grammy? It's just not in their zone, basically.
And that's what he mentioned in the song, which I like, by the way. It sounds like old Drake. I like the song. I haven't heard the entire album, but I'm not that girl. I'm like, oh, he just dropped an album. Let me go buy it. Like, I listen to what becomes popular and whatever. Call me a fake rap fan, whatever. I don't give a fuck. The real hip hop fans, whatever the fuck ever. I like a lot of his stuff. I like that song. I wouldn't have listened to it outside of this beef, I promise you. If it were not, and that's what I'm saying, Black Twitter is the best marketing team on fucking planet Earth. Had it not been for Black Twitter making a big, he dissed Esmeralda Spalding, I would have not sat in my kitchen today and looked for that song, let alone listen to it. But I listened to it, and now Drake has another fan of his new album. So thank you, Black Twitter. Once again, you sell more shit. Okay, you just keep selling.
To your point you made a while ago, and I'm not saying this is the case here, but a lot of these motherfuckers are just going to be doing shit just so it can just go into these algos, Black Twitter, blah blah blah, so on and so forth.
They already are.
Because
why do you think all these rappers and singers, especially the black males, why do you think they're showing up to red carpets and skirts?
Exactly. Every time I see it, I'm like, child, bye. Because even Usher is going out of his way at this point to dress horrible. Like the stuff that I've seen him in lately, I'm like, Usher. I mean, there's so many outfits I've seen him in recently. I'm like, who is dressed? I said, oh, okay, I see what's going on.
All you got to do, listen, drop a movie, drop an album, start a podcast. If you're a black male, just be seen somewhere with a skirt on. They will market you for free in the millions, and they will keep it. That's just where, if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you want to produce something, you're a black man, just show up in a skirt and throw the pictures out there. They'll market it for. Black Twitter will explode your product all over the place.
Well, I just remember his last rollout, Drake's last rollout with 21 Savage, was surrounded by a little bit of controversy. And I could tell that they did that on purpose, which was smart. I don't know if the album, benefited from it, but they used this lady's picture. I forgot who she was. Was she a video girl or something? They used this lady's picture without her permission. They didn't reach out to the girl. They didn't even call the girl mama. They just used the girl's picture. Okay. And they used her as the cover of their album. And of course, she made a big fuss about it. And of course, Black Twitter picked it up and they circulated the album. So yes, that is the way to do it these days. You got to do something to push these albums. Mm-hmm.
That's okay, because we got naked pictures coming, right, Lily?
Oh, oh man, I thought we were.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Whatever you were thinking, we're not.
We're all the way on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So my vote is, because we got to close out. Lily has a flight to catch. Sorry, guys. And plus, I ain't super chat me, so I'm filling the ways. I'm leaving. My time is money, honey. Okay. So I'll say this. I think Joe Budden is well in his right to critique rap. He's a rapper. He was a successful rapper, right? I'm gonna listen to that Drake album. Thank you, Black Twitter, for making me interested. Because otherwise, I wasn't. I was just like, oh, Drake dropped something else, whatever. I was in no rush to listen to it. But now I'm gonna listen to it. I think it was very smart of him to respond. And I'm still gonna be watching the Joe Budden show. So you know what I mean? This is just another day in hip hop. What say you, panel chat?
I
Um,
go ahead, Lily.
wha- this made me think of something I wanted to ask you all. Um, Kari said an Usher album is scary. Is it going to be mature or try to blend in with the youngins? Do you all think like that too? I think like he just thought with different people that I'm a fan of as they get older. Like for instance, when Janet came out with her last album, I'm like, Janet is known for dancing and pop locking and all that fun stuff. What does a mature Janet album sound like? Like Janet
Right.
sounded like Sade. Like as people certain, and I'm gonna be real with you. I was very scared for the Hello Gorgeous album or Good Morning Gorgeous album by Mary because I'm like, Mary, you really don't need to come out with anything. You know you don't have to, right? You ain't got to do
Mm.
this. I mean, luckily it was a good album. It did very well and all that good stuff. But when certain people start to get to that weird stage when they're known for making youthful, younger music,
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean, but look
I
at Chris Brown and Justin
same.
Bieber. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Justin Bieber and people like that. It's like, listen, fuck the noise. Do what pays, and let these motherfuckers promote you for free.
Babyface
Do
album
what
was
pays.
Yeah, it's funny because like musicians and bands and they seem to have like, especially if they hit it off and then they'll disappear and then they'll have a second win later on in life where they
Yeah.
come out and all the people get this and then everybody's going and their tickets are still like you're saying Lionel Richie. They're unreasonably priced for some people, you know. And but you made me laugh. You're making me think like Janet Jackson thing. I was just thinking Liza Minnelli. Every time they stick her out on the stage, she's trying to do these little kicks, you know. These.
like
It's kind of rough when you're known for kicking your legs, and then you're out there at 80 years old, barely getting it off the ground. You know.
Listen, Liza Minnelli tried Ashanti, tried Mariah Carey. Them heifers are
Yes.
having a difficult time lifting them legs. Okay.
Oh no, Mariah said, "Fuck that! They're going to carry me from side to side, from one side of the stage to literally. They just pick Mariah up and carry her to the other
They
side, and
really
she
do.
does her whole show like this.
They put her
The
on
whole
seats with wheels on the bottom and just wheel her
right,
back and forth. It's
and they have like
horrible.
1,000
Oh
dancers jumping over her
man,
head and sliding through her legs, and she just
she's
standing
got my
there.
favorite Christmas song, and she's.
Oh, she got everybody's favorite. Listen, my daughter around October, she sends me the same little meme. Mariah Carey's defrosting.
Right.
Oh my!
I
Oh, that's
don't
funny.
want
I
no.
mean, you know, Mariah's my
Oh,
favorite person. Like that's my favorite person. But I am equal opportunity. Like I'm gonna call it
Oh
like I
no,
see it.
Abby, correct. Beyonce's not moving like shit. I don't know what's wrong with Beyonce.
I
I
said
think
this needs
she's
to be her
still.
last tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing. Oh my god, the
she was
outfits
here,
and
I think,
everything.
last week.
Yeah,
Oh
everyone
yeah,
said that they really enjoyed the production of the show. I was actually talking to a couple of models that
amazing.
went, yeah.
But her
Mm.
movement is weird now. Like it's not like, and the choreography you can tell like she's doing like Fantasia choreography. Like not too much.
Yes.
Don't give me too much. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'll do
yeah,
the little.
Beyonce. This is one of the reasons why um, Janet is able to move at a certain pace, even at her age, because she worked out. You know what I mean? She had trainers, she had shit like that, like Jennifer
Have you
Lopez.
seen Janice's last concert? She's not moving much at all.
Well,
Physical therapy
I
too.
guess I'm thinking about the last time I saw her. She was moving pretty good. But Jennifer Lopez constantly does all kinds of fucking yoga and shit like that. She works out and she's bouncing all over the goddamn place. And she's in
Jennifer's
her
not
50s.
playing. She's
You know
not
what
playing
I'm
with the
saying?
young girls.
Now,
She's not.
if you make that kind of energetic music, you gotta stay in shape. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Beyonce got a lifetime membership to Popeyes. She do all kinds of yo-yo dieting, all kinds of shit like that. She catches up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
And she's a mama of 3 now.
exactly. You done pushed out kids like you didn't even rest between them like that. It's like
Yeah.
like
And
that
you
shit
notice
catches up to you.
this tour, she sat a lot. She
Yeah.
sat a
I
lot.
can imagine.
Yeah, she
I can
sat a lot on
imagine.
stage, and I was like, "Why are you in a chair? What is going on there?"
I can
Um,
imagine. But on me, and final note,
mm-hmm.
I'm a wheelchair Jimmy on this, man. I'm rolling
Okay.
this motherfucker around on this like Jimmy. We
That's
gonna go to
Drake.
the
For
end on
anyone who
that.
doesn't know, he was wheelchair Jimmy in Degrassi High. All right, your team Drake. I'm team Joe. Can say Joe can speak on that. He's a rapper. He's a
Right.
podcaster. He can, and people can get hurt, but it's like it's what we do. It's what we
Oh,
do.
well, hey, well, we saw what happened with Jason Lee this weekend while he was trying to have a good meal.
Huh?
A good meal.
What happened? Oh man.
He wanted no
he,
problems.
he, huh?
He was like, he
What I
went,
say?
what you getting this for the internet? I'm like, as you are, sir. As you are. What do you think No Saint? I think No Saint is team Joe Budden.
Yeah. That's that definitely. I think that he's doing a different job and he's in a different career path than what Drake is, but he's doing it and he's making a living off of it. And as much as Drake like wallet shamed him, that Joe Budden's making a living at doing something that's not easy to do because, like as you say, there's 50 million podcasts out there, and he's one of the top ones. And let's just say that we need to change. It's got to be Black X now, not Black Twitter. It's no longer
Oh,
Twitter.
that's
Kidding. You're
right.
And
right.
I think Black X kind of is cool. It almost like the unknown Black X.
Yeah, that's true. It is Black
Superhero.
X. It's not Twitter anymore, right?
Ain't
It's
nobody
Black.
calling that shit X. They
Well,
barely do that in
you know what's
Yahoo.
great? Like Elon Musk got it to where when you Google X, that shit is the first thing that pops up. Nothing
wow.
else. It's the first thing that I just typed in X, first thing
Oh,
that comes up.
wow.
Yeah, he got it on lock. He has Google on lock.
Yeah, that okay. That's not
I'll
easy.
call it X. I'll call it X. After a little while, I'll call it X. After
Right.
a while. We got a lot of people in the room, but we gotta go. And I didn't get no super chats either. Oh, I'm really leaving. Whatever. All right, guys. So thank you so much for spending this entire week with us. This week was bomb. Last night's show is blowing up. A lot of people are nosy on that one. We had to put some people in place. We had to block one person tonight, but sometimes that happens on the block, right? We gotta pull them over. Woo woo. All right, guys. So
Too
we will
fast.
be back on Monday. Stay tuned for Sisterhood Sips, as in tea sipping. Lily and I are venturing out for our own show with lots of girl talk and sex talk and all kinds of shit. You'll be learning things from our perspectives. And of course, we'll be here all week long. And then my inaugural interview one-on-one with the block will be Big Daddy Kane. Okay. I'll be dropping that next week. That was a really in-depth interview. Big Daddy King graced the block with his presence, and that was a great interview. So I'll be dropping that. So we got a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple weeks, all the way into 2024. So please, I implore you, follow everyone on their social media individually, because we always dropping different things. And wait for me, because sometimes I don't drop shit, and Lily's posting and Haran's posting, what have you. So you guys gotta follow everybody. Okay. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. Esta noche. And we will see you next week. Good night, guys. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out for mama. And don't forget my social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, On the Block with Jen. You can also find me there. You can see my reels and my commentary and my belly dancing, maybe. All right. All right, guys. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.